Sarah is on the struggle bus today, everybody. So you'll have to forgive us.
Hi. It's been a trying afternoon my way, so figure I'd give everybody a forewarning.
We'll get through it one step at a time. All right, we already have a...
Well, hi guys, Carlos. Welcome to the show. Hello, Carlos, good friend of the page.
Yes. Welcome to Peaches and Powerbombs. If you've never been here before, I'm Tina, and that is Sarah, and she's on the struggle bus.
Yes. I think I'm driving it today. I don't know.
Right off the cliff, right?
Oh, God, yes.
Our friend Shane is in the house.
Hey, Shane. Good to see you.
Yes. Okay, we have a lot to discuss because we forgot some things last week, and some news just broke like an hour or two before we came live, so we had to add it really fast. So you want to go ahead and get that out of the way before we start talking Royal Rumble and stuff?
Yeah, sure.
All right, everybody. WWE has just announced that they are partnering with Disney to launch the network in Indonesia. And while that might not sound like a big deal, like who cares about Indonesia? It's not really about Indonesia. It's about WWE and Disney striking a deal.
Yeah, it was rumored for a while, and I guess we're starting to see some of that.
Yeah. It's been rumored that Disney's going to buy WWE at some point. Really wouldn't be surprised. I kind of see it happening in the next 5 years or so.
It's already cartoon in some ways. Why not?
I know. They pretty much Nickelodeoned NXT up a little bit. So,
jeez. Yeah, I still think NXT does have some good stuff, but
oh yeah,
you know how if it's WWE, they're gonna butcher it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't have nice things when it comes to WWE.
No. I don't know how this would work. How would it even look like if Disney owned this?
I don't know. Do I want to know?
I don't want to know.
I don't either.
I mean, because who at Disney would even know anything about wrestling in order to run it?
Nobody.
No. What would end up happening is what happened with WCW back in the day when the AOL people decided that they were going to be in charge, and they just ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos says rated G instead of PG.
Yeah. We thought PG was bad.
And catering to children isn't necessarily a horrible thing. Okay. But they could still tell good stories. You don't have to have all the nasty stuff and garbage in it, but,
That's why we have AEW now. Dang, yeah. I can't get it together.
That's okay. You'll be all right.
Sorry.
Shane says Mickey Mouse is going to win the Royal Rumble.
Minnie's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh, yes. It'll be between her and Daisy there at the end.
Oh, God.
Daisy's pretty vicious, though, so...
Oh, God, when I was younger, I used to do the little duck talk. It's like... something like that. Me and my brother used to do that all the time.
Yeah, my dad used to do it for us when we were kids.
I can't do it now. It was like... it was something.
Yeah. Well... I don't know what they're going to do with this.
Yeah. I think it's definitely the start of something bigger. I mean, because this has been rumored for a while, like I said, and
yeah. Well, it is what it is. None of us should be surprised.
no.
And I
Do you
have
think?
no.
Hey, do you think Goofy will write the storylines? I mean, they already have Goofy people writing them, but you know.
I was about to say I thought Goofy was already writing the storylines.
We're kind of on the same page there.
Yeah, I mean, Roman did say suffer and succotash at one point.
I know, poor dude.
I know.
Poor tribal chief.
I felt so bad for him. I was like, you can tell by the look on his face he didn't want to say that.
Right. Poor dude.
Yep. All right. Are you ready to talk about something more interesting?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to talk about the Royal Rumble.
I said the Royal Rumble.
So let's get into it.
All right.
I've been having way too much fun, guys. I figured out how to do all these fun little videos and stuff, and that's all I've been doing. Okay, we're going to get into the Royal Rumble card. Starting off with the WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. We all know how you feel about Brock Lesnar. Okay. I said I had a new comment, but I don't see it.
Oh, we said it could go either way last time, right?
I think so, and I still kind of feel that way. I didn't like, and you're going to be surprised with this take because I'm criticizing Brock. I didn't like how he's just kind of treated Bobby like a chump.
Mm-hmm.
And not like a serious threat. I mean, he gave more respect to Seth Rollins in their feud than he is Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's all him, though. I think he's just like, okay, well, they want me to do this, so I'll go out there and do it. And he's trying to have as much fun as he possibly can. You can tell on his face.
I heard he was on the mic more often.
Yes. Paul Heyman's barely saying anything. He does the introduction, and that's it. And then Brock takes it from there. It's been pretty great.
Oh, okay.
You're like, whatever.
Monorail
Shannon
break.
says hello.
Hey, Shannon.
Shane says, I love Brock Lesnar in the cowboy hat at the weigh-in. Yes. Yes, he looked great. He looked really good. You're like, what? Okay. My computer is doing something weird. Hold on. Keep talking if you want to.
Okay. Well, as much as I don't like Brock, I think I will be interested in watching this match. Because, Bobby Lashley wanted this match, and it's sort of a dream match. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's not a squash, and might get something good out of it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want Brock to win this. I want Bobby to win it.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going for what I think they're going for, to me it looks like they're still trying to tell Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at some point. Either at the show that they're going to have in Saudi Arabia or at WrestleMania 1.
Or both.
Yeah, or both.
It could go either way.
Because who do you see to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania right now?
Brock Lesnar?
Yes. There's really nobody else. I mean, The Rock can't do it.
Yeah.
They've already done John Cena.
I had booked reservations at a hotel in Arlington, so I was going to go to WrestleMania 38 based on that, The Rock, and I was like, you know what? He's not even going to go. And plus, like, WWE's just like, it's bad right now, so I was just like, nah, I don't want to spend all that money.
Mm-hmm. Shane says, I'm looking forward to it, too. It should have been the main event at Mania.
Talking about Brock and Bobby?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
it
see
would
that.
be WrestleMania caliber. Yeah. You never know. We might get a part 2.
I don't want that to happen either.
Mm-mm.
No.
I get WrestleMania 31 vibes all over again.
Yeah.
I was there.
Oh, okay.
And the crowd during that Brock and Roman, and everybody hated Roman. Well, mostly everybody.
Yeah.
It was very intense. Like,
well, they didn't like Brock either.
I'll watch, like, even if I watched it back, it's like I'm there and I'm like anxiety, you know. It was very intense.
Yeah, they were not nice to those guys during that match at all. They didn't even give them a chance to do anything.
No.
And at the time, I wasn't too keen on either guy. You know, it was just like, it's just Roman and Brock to me. I had no feelings whatsoever. So I was just like kind of bored.
It got to the point where I just started cussing and carrying on about how Brock ain't shit and blah, blah, blah. The whole section got quiet. Well, the 5 rows all around. I'm like, this girl going off. Yeah, I did.
I don't know why.
I wasn't from there either, so yeah, I showed my butt that night.
I'm sure you did. How about a fatal 4-way at Mania with Brock, Roman, Seth, and Lashley?
I would like that.
That wouldn't be so bad.
You know what? I don't think they have not done like a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania in a long time.
Yeah.
That would be different.
The only one I can think of is the one that was at 16?
17.
No, 17 was The Rock versus Stone Cold.
Maybe it was because
Yeah. Because 15 was Rock Austin 1, 17 was Rock Austin 2. So
okay, so it had to be 16.
Yeah, I think it was 16
because it was like all the McMahons, and then they had their person of their choosing.
Yeah, yeah. Rock, Stone Cold was Stone Cold in that one, and Mick
Triple
Foley
H was
the Big Show. I think those were the 4.
Oh
no, it was Triple H. It was Triple H, not Stone Cold. Yeah, back in the good old days, I guess.
Excuse me.
No, you're fine. All right, something you're more interested in. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins.
I'm looking forward to this. And I would have anyway, because, you know, even post the Shield, Roman and Seth have a great chemistry. They do very well in the ring together.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught up on SmackDown before. I was in the middle of my struggle bus mode, but I happened to catch SmackDown. I went and looked through it. And because, you know, WWE has a sense of Sarah's tuning out, what can we do to make her go gaga and want to tune in more?
Here, let me take this off so everybody can see it. There. The Shield gets Sarah in her fangirl feelings.
I love the Hounds.
Had to.
Yes, I love the Shield. And I was like, damn you, WWE. They just hit like how they were recapping the big moments in the Shield, and I'm just like, damn you, WWE. You get me every time.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. Roman comes out there, you know, at their first promo a couple weeks ago, and Seth tries to do the little Shield bump, and Roman's like, I'm above that now.
Oh yeah, I was telling you about that earlier. Seth came out, and I'm like, he is not dressed like he's dressed like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And he was trying to dance, and I was like, baby, stop. You're
It's
embarrassing yourself.
That's what makes it so great, and what makes this work is that he's just going out there and just being the biggest cornball on the planet. And it works for him. I mean, you just go, Seth, what are you doing, honey? And you just can't help but laugh, so it works.
Like, literally, I was hollering. I was like, y'all were falling out, y'all. I saw that. I said, he looks a hot ass mess. Oh my God. I don't
know who lets him and Becky come up with their wardrobes, but they need to be fired. Shane says, I'm not too fond of Seth Rollins' gimmick. I really, at this point, don't think he needs it.
I think it's more of being obnoxious, being the obnoxious heel.
Yeah.
But you know, I agree with Shane too. He don't need it.
No, but who else at this point? I mean, that's the whole point, is that they don't do very well with building up people in the undercard. They keep their undercard down. So when you go through the people in the main event already, there's no one else to take that place. So you're just left cycling the same people over and over and over again. They don't know how to build people anymore.
Well, I think with Roman and Seth in this case, you know, when you revisit a feud, you want to do it like so far, like apart to where they're in different chapters of their careers. Like, and in this case, that's the idea. You know, Roman's the tribal chief. Seth is a Michael Jackson wannabe, and, you know, in a goofball.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is probably, aside from Edge and Beth and Miz and Maurice, this is the one I'm looking forward to the most because they put on a clinic every time.
Yeah. Their matches have never been bad, and they haven't wrestled each other in a while. And every time that they do, Seth ends up winning. So it's not like he has no credibility just because he's a goofball.
Oh, yeah. He really hit my fangirl feelings where he was like, I build you up and I can take you down. Like, I hate you. I hate you.
He's got a point.
Be like SZA. I hate you. Oh.
Oh, I was dancing. All right. Speaking of Miz and Maurice and Edge and Beth Phoenix.
Yes. This is going to be so fun. I love it.
Did you see that 3D that they did?
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was on. I think it didn't look like it was Miz or Maurice who they did it on, but it was pretty funny. I didn't watch the whole segment, but I did see the video clip of them doing the 3D on them, and I was like, that's pretty great. And Beth Phoenix just looks amazing.
Oh God, I know. Like, I want to be her when I grow up.
I know, right? She looks like she can eat me for breakfast.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I haven't watched Raw a whole lot either. I just catch the few little things that I'm interested in, and then I turn it off. So I'll watch Edge and Beth Phoenix, and I'll watch Brock, and that's about it. Oh, AJ Styles and Austin Theory had a good match.
Oh,
on Monday.
Well, AJ Styles always has a great match. Well, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And Austin Theory, he's pretty good too. I mean, I won't count him out either.
Yeah, all his skits with Vince. Yeah, I think they're wanting to do something more with him for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the undercard of the Rumble is overall really good.
Yeah.
It's the Rumble itself that I'm just like, meh.
Yeah. I like we'll talk about the other match before we get into the Rumbles, and I'll
Oh, okay.
There's one more.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good match.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish they would change her name back to Piper Niven. It just
I know.
bothers me.
I don't. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we all know how WWE is.
I know. Speaking of bad name changes, changing Walter's name to Gunther. Why?
It's Gunther?
Gunther, because it's German.
Oh, well, we're from the South, so I'm like, Gunther.
Well, that's not good either. But
yeah, I don't know why they insist on changing names a lot. It, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, they act like that NXT is not on TV. Like, doesn't that look silly that you're changing?
Isn't he still the UK champion?
No.
Oh.
He lost it to I can't remember his name. Hey, y'all watching, tell me who he lost it to. I saw the match, but I don't remember who the guy was.
Because I was about to say, if he was still holding the UK title, and it was a long time he held it, yeah. I would be sitting there thinking, okay, can you imagine like looking him up 20 years later just to look it up and refresh your memory? And Walter has held the WWE UK Championship, and after X amount of days in his reign, all of a sudden his name was changed to Gunther. So that's why I was like, huh? Oh. No.
Yeah, it's crazy how they just change everybody's name out of the blue like that. And you're like, wait a minute, wasn't his name Walter like yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just change it like that.
Mm.
And then everybody gets used to saying it, and it's not a big deal anymore. But I still have not gotten over Dewdrop.
Yeah, me either.
Well, with this year's Rumbles, both of them, I like the fact that they're kind of unpredictable this year, and you don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, that's the silver lining, I think.
But the fact is that they haven't given it a really good proper hype, so you're not as invested in it as you usually are.
Yeah, I don't think they've done the countdown video at all, have they? Or I just ain't seen it.
I haven't seen it either. And the fact that they had to go ahead and announce some people, especially for the women's, and you're like, those couldn't be surprises.
Yeah.
It was just weird that they just went ahead and announced Mickie James. That would have been a surprise for me. But
yeah, I was looking at the updated card earlier, and it's like 9 women are yet to be announced.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, but
I guess it's because there's not that many women.
Yeah. Men's Royal Rumble. Who didn't you say Brock was in it?
Brock's not in it.
No, okay. Well, I don't know. Anyway,
some people are saying that Brock will lose and then win the Royal
Rumble. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. Somebody that I would like to win to win, and it'd be nice, would be AJ Styles.
I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love AJ so much.
I do too.
I'd be down for going to be him, but I would be okay with that.
I would be down for AJ and Roman, but AJ and Bobby Lashley are on the same brand, so if Bobby Lashley actually won the championship, he could, if AJ won, you got that, and now that Bobby Lashley, they finally did him right and everything, that would be something I wouldn't mind at WrestleMania. So
yeah,
could happen.
Going back to Seth, how did y'all like it when he mentioned Moxley? I popped big time.
Yes.
That was a nice touch. Sarah got in her feels.
Yeah, that was a nice callback.
I wouldn't mind if Big E won the Rumble and either faced if Bobby wins his match facing Bobby, or even if
get his redemption.
yeah.
Yeah, they've done that before, you know, the redemption storyline. I think I think that would be definitely good for Big E if that was the case.
Yeah. He just looked so disappointed when he lost the title like that. And I heard some of his interviews too, and he sounded disappointed that it ended like that. And I'm like, oh dude, and as much as I love Brock, because I love me some Brock. I'm in the Beastie fan club, but I was like, he shouldn't have lost it like that. Anybody else could have taken that pin that night, and I wasn't up for that.
Yeah, my wild card pick would be Damian Priest. But I think maybe next year or two, I could definitely see that. Granted, nothing happens like him getting released or injured. But yeah, that would be my wild card pick, be Damian Priest. But I like to see Styles as a possible winner. Big E is a good option too. I'm going to even throw KO in there.
Randy?
He could. Yeah, Randy, Bobby Lashley.
I'm sorry. I heard RKO and I was like, what? Randy? But you say KO. Sorry. Brain went. I don't know. I would be pleasantly surprised. And I'm like, oh, look at you, Kevin Owens, because they've been using him as a supporting actor lately. So I don't know.
Maybe Sami Zayn will win, and he'll talk about how all this is a conspiracy again, and blah blah.
I would die if Sami Zayn won.
Can you imagine him and Roman? Oh my god. Roman be like,
the thing is, I would love to see him and Brock just from their exchange from a couple months ago. Do you remember? Did you see that?
Turn up, Sammy. Turn up.
I was like, remember, imagine, if you can, Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Come up to Canada and we'll go moose hunting. I'm vegan. Oh. Shane says, what if Braun Breaker won the Rumble?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I could see him being in the Rumble. As far as winning it, that would be a really bold move on WWE's part.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is that NXT's funny because not a whole lot of people are watching it. Outside of the hardcore fans that just watches every wrestling on TV, their highest demographic has been 60-year-olds and up.
Oh wow, gosh.
So them grannies have been watching NXT, so them grannies would be excited to see Braun Breaker in the Royal Rumble. They're catering to the grandmas.
Dang.
Sorry.
Hey, it won't be long before we're there, Tina. We better stop.
I know. Oh, this is funny too. Johnny Knoxville.
Oh God. No.
No, please don't.
Oh Jesus.
He's there for a cute little spot fest, and that's it. To do something stupid with Sami Zayn in the ring.
I read something earlier that Bad Bunny was open to work with WWE again. I would pop if he showed up.
Oh, that would be awesome because he He did such a great job.
He really did, yeah.
And especially because he didn't get to experience that fan interaction, you know, because they were still in the Thunderdome, and he still was able to perform without any of that noise. So if you count that and not having any experience, he did amazing.
Yeah, he had good people to work with too.
Yep. Yeah, Carlos says he's coming back.
That's what I heard, yeah. That would be awesome if he showed up in the Rumble.
Yeah, I think his tour is winding down, so. All right, we'll move on to the Women's Rumble.
Charlotte has no business in the Rumble. Why?
No, she doesn't. I honestly think it's because they don't have time to have both women's titles in a match that night, so they're going to just throw Charlotte in the Rumble.
Yeah.
She should not win.
No, absolutely.
I don't care about her being in the Rumble as much, but she definitely shouldn't win.
So, as I was saying earlier, I was looking at the card, and as of like 3 hours ago, it said under the Women's Rumble that 9 women were yet to be announced.
Yeah.
I think, last time we talked about Bayley. Could be one. I think Asuka could be another one. And then, of course, the biggest name that's been popping up is Ronda Rousey, and that's going to be a game changer if that's the case. And
Rousey shows up, she's winning it.
Yeah, there's no way around it.
I'd actually kind of be okay with it because the women's division needs some spice again. Yeah. And just it being flipped, because you remember what happened a couple years ago. Becky won the Rumble and went to face Ronda and Charlotte.
Oh, that'd be nice. Nose in it.
And it's different.
Please don't let it be like the Royal Rumble in, I think it was in '94, where there was 2 winners. They hit the mat, they both eliminated each other. Was it '94? It was one of those. But yeah, please don't let it be where both of them fall out at the same time and they're like, oh, we're going to have another triple threat match. But we do that every year anyway.
Shane says Charlotte is winning it unless Ronda Rousey wins it. No, she's not. No Charlotte. Carlos says something about Tessa. I don't think they want that dirt on there.
Tessa's with women wrestling anyway, and yeah, I wouldn't put it past WWE to do that, but yeah, with her track record right now, I don't think that's even plausible at this moment.
Our friend Sarah Visick, everybody, if you haven't had a chance to, go follow Buckle Bomb Entertainment.
Yes, and her new stuff. And her channel on YouTube, Restaurant Remix. Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
She says, please no, Ronda.
I know, girl. I know.
I'm kind of, I understand, because I'm just like, I don't care either. But at the same time, it would make the whole Becky thing a little bit more interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, Becky thinks she's untouchable right now. Ronda Rousey would light a fire under her.
Yeah, Lacey Evans is due to come back. She's been training.
Yeah.
So.
That'd be cool.
My pick was Sasha, but she's injured and she won't be back in time, so that's no longer my pick. So if Ronda shows up, she's the one who's winning.
Yeah, I definitely see some returns of Asuka and Bayley for sure. I think there will be a couple NXT girls in there. I think Cora Jade will be in there. Io Shirai.
Yeah.
Raquel Gonzalez. I think those would be the top 3. and they might throw a couple more in there. I don't know.
I think they might do with some people were saying, well, what about Raquel Gonzalez winning it? The only thing is that like your casual fan who usually watches SmackDown, right, is not going to know who Raquel is.
Mm-hmm.
But they could do what they did with Bianca a couple years ago, is give her a really good showing in the Rumble, and then the next year she wins it.
Yeah.
I think that would be good.
Oh, yeah. Raquel would be a big player in the Women's Rumble for sure.
I think so, too. And, of course, Bianca could win it for the second time in a row, too.
I would be okay with that.
I would, too. Anybody but Charlotte.
Yeah, right. Anybody. See, I should have wrote that. Anybody
even
but
Ronda
Charlotte.
Before Charlotte.
Right. Yeah. My original pick was Alexa Bliss.
Ooh, Alexa Bliss wouldn't be bad either. Shane says Lita.
Dude, that'd be badass. I'd be all right with it.
Everybody's like, oh, well, she was, she's not full-time and she's a legend and she was here years ago. But they didn't have women's rumbles back then. So it's not like she's taking something away from somebody.
Hey, I'd be down for her to whoop Charlotte, so.
Yeah. I'd honestly be okay with this. Mm-hmm. And I'd honestly be okay if she won the title at WrestleMania.
And, Lita had to retire early because of the neck injury,
Right.
If she had a last hurrah with this generation of women, I would be down for it because there's so much potential
if
there.
You're not mad about Edge, then you shouldn't be mad about Lita. Because Edge won the Rumble last year.
Yep. Both of them have put in their time, blood, sweat, and tears. I am absolutely all for it.
Yeah. That's what's interesting about this year is that, last year I knew that Edge was going to win and I knew that Bianca was going to win. And this year I'm like, I don't have any idea.
Yeah, Edge won it. Won at number 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking that the other day. I was like, didn't he? So it's only been 3 men that started at number 1 and won this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, anything else in WWE? We'll go ahead and talk about this since we'll just keep all the company stuff together. Sorry.
That, no offense to her, that's a little far-fetched to me.
I think they didn't know what else to call her. I guess you could have just called her alumni. I don't know, but legend is...
Alumni would have been a whole lot better. I saw that somebody had posted online about it, and I'm like, yeah, that's a far stretch.
Of course, it might just be what they call the people who are no longer with the company for a long period of time. Like, everybody's called a superstar, right?
Yeah.
A WWE superstar, but that don't mean that they're really a superstar and every kid on every block has their poster in their bedroom. So it might just be their little name that they call,
Yeah.
People who used to wrestle, but I know. I understand.
Summer Rae got lost. I feel like she got lost in the mix because it was right around that time Becky and Sasha and all them came up, and so yeah.
I don't think she was all that bad. I just don't
know.
And they gave her
I liked her
stuff.
Yeah. Oh God, with her and Rusev and Lana and Dolph. God, that was a nightmare. It never ended.
That was just garbage.
I wish we had Tom Clark's soundbite there. Hot garbage.
Right.
It really was. It was awful.
Yeah. I'm in the process of building up our sound bites, so
Yeah, we're gonna shoot each other some ideas here in a little bit, so we'll have some good ones next time.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it on WWE side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we'll talk about last night's AEW.
Yes.
That diamond cutter off the
Oh
ladder,
my god. Yes,
they are
that was
calling
amazing.
they are calling it the today's Jeff Hardy spot, because if you remember back at WrestleMania 17 when Edge did that spear Jeff Hardy off.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. And this is today's, ladder spot that everybody's going to remember. And I think
Oh
correct.
god, it was wow, that was so well done. I know they were I can't imagine how they felt when they woke up this morning.
Probably in a lot
both
of
of them took a beating, boy, I tell you.
Well, that other spot that they did with Sammy doing was it a moonsault or a 360 or something?
It was something, yeah.
Well, anyway, that ladder didn't give. It he bounced right off of Cody.
Oh, poor dude.
And it looked like it hurt. I was like, oh, that ladder didn't give at all. That was awful.
I think that was a definitely a good opener for and there was actually complaints to playing hot potato with the TNT title. And well, Sammy G is considered a pillar of AEW, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you got Cody, who basically had his hand in creating it. So it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe it was just more of a test like thing. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe I'm lost.
I think they were. I don't think it. I think they honestly
put each other to the test.
They didn't put a whole lot of thought into putting the title on Cody. I think they honestly sat there and went, "Hey, you want to get some heat? Yeah, let's put the title on Cody." And that was about it. That's all the thought that they put into it, or at least it looks like that. Just because Cody.
Hey, we got an awesome match out of it. So hey,
I don't mind. And of course, we always say here on Peaches and Powerbombs that we don't understand the Cody hate, and we like him.
And that's the thing too. His promo last week. I think Cody's so underrated as a promo guy.
Yeah.
I like how
feelings about his promo.
I liked his transparency.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like the emotion he had.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to I was like, yeah, that took a lot of guts.
Yeah.
I thought he delivered it well overall.
Yes. Yeah, he does a good job in delivery and everything. And most of the time his promos are fine. This one, to me, seemed like just a bunch of random points that didn't actually mean anything, especially consider going towards this storyline. And I'm like, what does that have to do with Sammy Guevara? What does that have to do with the TNT title? It doesn't. You're just saying a bunch of words and it. But when he finally got to the point he was trying to get to, it made, the ending made sense. Just getting from point A to point C, point B in the middle just made no sense at all. But
he was more
that.
Well, he was more entertaining than Triple H. I like to cut a promo for 20 minutes. Exactly. It's the same stuff every week.
There was one time The Rock cut a promo on Triple H and he goes, "I'm the game. And I talk for 20 minutes where I say absolutely nothing." It was funny.
God. back in the early 2000s. God.
He'd come out there and just talk.
Oh my God.
I remember being a kid just sitting there like, is he ever going to shut up?
Oh,
Rock,
I know.
Stone Cold, somebody come out and interrupt this joker.
Man, we would like... Shane, that's a tall order, but yeah, I have to agree. Boy, I'd love to see what Randy came up with in that aspect. Yeah, when I was in college, and my girlfriends and I, my brother's friends too, we all hang out and watch Raw, and Triple H came out. We just talked about random stuff while he was talking and be like, oh, somebody finally came out. Good Lord, about time.
Yep. But yeah, this was a really good match. I think they made the right call of putting it back on Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody needs to move on, and Sammy needs to move on.
Yeah. And my signs were kind of like a tribute to Sammy for a job well done. And I have one more in case anybody wants to know.
Yeah.
Mina is somewhere.
She tried to show her little butt a while ago.
Yeah, and then she was like, nah, I changed my mind. Bella's in here, but Bella, she can't really come on camera, so.
Yep.
Mina, no idea.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's in Chicago.
Yes.
I'm better than you, and you know it.
Oh my God, that's going to be a slaughter.
Yes. I don't know how I feel about this though.
You would think they were going to set this up for like Revolution or something, but in Chicago.
This is a pay-per-view match.
Yeah. Well, when we went to the Atlanta show, you're like, this was a pay-per-view show and it was great.
Yes.
So,
but they didn't have a match though.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I would have been like, of course, I'm biased if I'm there, so I'd be like, that's awesome, but
yeah,
realistically, it probably should have waited. But
yeah. Well, watch. Something's going to happen to where they're going to prolong it even further. I bet you.
I think so too. I think they're doing something with Wardlow here too.
Oh yeah, there's so many factors going on when it comes to MJF.
I have a feeling that something's going to happen where it's either going to be a really short match or something, muddy.
MJF cops out or something. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and he's going to prolong it, and then they're going to have a real match at Revolution. I
wouldn't be surprised if he sent Wardlow in there to face CM Punk. He'll act like he's hurt or something.
Your friend Sheena, I think, is calling Mina a brat.
Hey, friend. Yeah. Yeah, she said it reminds her of my older cat. Her name was Boo Boo. And Sheena always goes, Boo Boo Jr. It's like, no, she ain't that bad. Well, I guess not. Boo Boo wasn't really around during social media.
Yeah.
What did Carlos say?
They should put that match in a steel cage. Oof. You know what? That would be a good idea for number 2 at Revolution, because he keeps trying to escape. So that would be really good. That's a good idea.
I'm thinking about Smashing Pumpkins. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
I think it'll be shenanigans and lead to a match at Revolution. Says
Hi, Chris. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
I definitely think they're gonna come up with different stuff, and all of a sudden.
And Shane says, I have a feeling that MJF will win it. The heat MJF will get in Chicago will be great.
Oh, God, he'd be Chicago's most wanted, man.
Yeah. But I think he should win the feud, too. But that might be what they see. At the same time, they want to keep CM Punk in this little bubble. So they honestly might have it where MJF wins the first one.
CM Punk really doesn't need the win.
No, he don't.
This would really establish MJF even further than what he already is.
He'd have nuclear heat forever.
MJF is like the most hated man right now. Why not make it even more hated, you know?
And that's what
he'll give CM Punk his first loss.
And I think he's going to be the one to take the title off of Adam Page this fall. So
yeah.
It should be him anyway. I don't know. I'm not on their booking committee, so
yeah.
They don't listen to me. What'd you think of Britt Baker's promo?
I loved it.
I did too.
And, you know, for those that didn't catch on to what she did, they were in Cleveland.
Yep.
This was Cleveland Browns country.
Yep.
Their most hated rivals are the Steelers. And Britt Baker is from Pittsburgh.
Yep.
So she comes out in her black and yellow. She takes shots at Baker Mayfield. And I love the line, let's talk about the Baker that actually does shit. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was good. And I was like, I hate the Steelers with a passion. My dad was a Browns fan. And in our house, the Steelers suck. Okay? Sorry. We don't like the Steelers. The only good thing about the Steelers is the coach is hot. Okay? Other than that, nah. But it was very well done. It was, you know, and Britt, props to her because they were chanting. I think they were doing the dog Cleveland Browns thing and chanting, and she just kept going like the boss she is, man. She didn't let it affect her at all. Yeah, so that was very smart on her part, and I mean, she rocked it, and yeah, kudos to her because, you know, not everybody would be able to continue on despite all that. So she did really good.
She did. I was expecting someone to interrupt here, but
you know, I'm kind of glad they didn't.
But it's okay because she did awesome, and it was a great segment. So.
And you know, every award that she got, she deserved it. She worked very hard for it.
She did. I'm not going to take that away from her. I'm just waiting on my good Britt Baker storyline. That's all I asked for.
Yeah.
Because I think she deserves it.
Yeah, isn't it? I was just watching earlier. I think legit Layla Hirsch is the number one contender, isn't she? I think they said something about it.
I think Red Velvet was.
Oh, okay.
And then Layla Hirsch beat her.
Yeah. So whether we're of any relation or not, I don't know. Just so y'all know.
All right, we got quite a few comments over here.
All right.
Shane says MJF will get his pillar back if he wins and steal it back from Britt Baker. Shannon says, I think MJF will win even though he gets on my nerves. He's good at what he does. Yes.
Oh, I read something about the Miz commenting on MJF, and he had nothing but good things to say about him. So, yeah, MJF he's hands down going to be one of the best that they have for sure. Past, present, and future.
You know how our generation, when we think about really good heels, we think about, you know, Roddy Piper and Rick Rude.
Yes.
And Mr. Perfect. And we also, you know, think about Triple H. He was a good heel too. And stuff like that. And this generation is going to think about MJF in the same way that we think about them. So.
Yeah, and you know, he's doing an excellent job, and he's absolutely thriving.
He is.
I think MJF would forever be that bad guy.
I cannot imagine. Can you imagine babyface MJF?
No.
No. It's
No.
like turning Ricky the Dragon Steamboat heel. Unthinkable.
Right. Oh my gosh. And, you know, somebody else that was a really good heel too that I absolutely loved was Owen Hart.
Yeah.
God, I couldn't stand him when I was younger. Oh, he got on my nerves.
Carlos asked, "Did you see her on the Nick Cannon show?" I don't like that show. I just saw it to see her. I did not, but I bet it was good.
Yeah, she did the lockjaw on him.
Shane said, "I'm a lifelong Cowboy fan and I hate the Steelers."
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I do not watch the NFL.
Y'all see my Dolphins thing in the corner here. Miami Dolphins.
Okay. I'm mostly a college ball girl. I watch college basketball and college football, and I'll casually watch the Braves, but that's it.
I'm going to see Florida and Arkansas gymnastics tomorrow night in Gainesville.
Oh, nice. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I decided to do something different. So I called Mom this morning and I was like, we're going somewhere tomorrow. Where are we going? I told her, I don't know if I want to go. You better go.
Yep.
She gonna go with me.
Yeah, she'll go. She'll just want to, she'll rant about it, but she'll go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to talk about this.
Yes.
The lights out match between Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy. The ending was a little bit controversial. But
you know, I had already went to bed for the night, and so when I woke up in the middle of the night, my nephew texted me, my phone blew up about Danhausen, and I'm like, oh wow. So I'm thinking he showed up at the end. It was like in the beginning. It was completely unexpected. That was brilliantly done.
It was in a very Danhausen spectacular fashion to me, that he was attached to that. What was it? Was it a chair or something?
Yeah. And Adam Cole went to grab the chair and he couldn't get it out, and then he pulled real hard, and there he was. So I was like, oh dang.
So was Danhausen underneath that ring like all 2 hours?
I think so.
He had to have been, right?
Yeah. And the best thing about it was nobody saw it coming. That's what we're missing these days.
Because there's been speculation, because he's been putting on his Twitter, he tweeted a picture of a A&W root beer restaurant application. So there was some speculation that no one expected it here, because he's been healing from a broken leg, right?
Yeah.
He can't wrestle quite yet. So I think that's why everybody was surprised that it happened now.
So there's been a lot of hype about Danhausen. I've been hearing about him and everything. So after his debut, I was like, you know what? It's time to see what Danhausen's about. He is very unique. I will say that.
He is.
He refers to himself in third person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he was he was very popular, like in Ring of Honor and stuff. But I think it's a huge score for AEW, despite the fact that they have so much talent already. Danhausen is like pretty much hot property, you know, and you know, him and WWE just would not work, I don't think. But I saw
the next Doink the Clown.
No. Oh gosh, I know, right?
No.
Well, I think that I watched a couple of his matches before tuning in here. He's a good wrestler. I like his character. You don't see anything like that, how he refers to himself in third person and he kind of has this story about him. And when it came out, the announcer said he was like 300 something pounds. I'm like, no, he ain't. I was like, okay, this is all an illusion type of thing. Like, he's, oh God, it was, but that was the thing that stuck out, was like, he's 300 something pounds. What? No, he ain't.
I like how he refers to everything as whatever it is, and then Hausen at the end. Like, I'm gonna go have a cheeseburger Hausen.
Yeah.
Or, he calls CM Punk Hausen. He has a very funny name for the Gun Club boys too.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Yeah, I was listening to one of his promos, and the way he delivers, he reminds me of my friend J-Rod. And not saying that J-Rod refers to himself in third person or anything. I'm sure he would. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, if you ever saw Catfish and J-Rod was in the first season, I've known him for years. That's my dude. But yeah, his personality reminds me of that. I kept saying, dang, if that don't remind me of J-Rod.
Shane's bringing the heat a little bit. I was glad Orange Cassidy won. Adam Cole, I just laughed because he has some chicken wing arms. Britt Baker is bigger than him.
Woo! Those are fighting words.
Yes, okay. So I agree with some of this and I disagree with other part. I think Adam Cole should have won this match. I know it's unsanctioned and it doesn't count towards the record, but it's pro wrestling. It doesn't matter anyway. But it's not like Orange Cassidy is just this goof character and doesn't mean anything. He does have wins against Chris Jericho and stuff like that, but to me, what they're trying to do eventually is to get it up to where it'll be the Elite versus the AEW version of Undisputed Era, whatever they're going to call themselves. And I just think that this was the wrong call if that's what they're going towards. But he's right. Adam Cole has lost a lot of his muscle mass that he had in NXT. He's shrunk quite a bit. And Britt Baker is bigger than him. I don't know what happened.
Dang,
go
girl!
back to the gym. Go back to the gym, Adam Cole. You've been slacking.
He didn't want to put on all that weight at Christmas time. You can't blame the poor guy.
No.
I kid.
Okay, let's see. What else we got on here?
Any more comments?
Shane says he wants to see the last real man, Silas Young, in AEW.
Yeah, he's a mainstay in Ring of Honor.
Cool.
That would be interesting.
Oh, we have to talk about this.
Yes. I almost said something about that. So, Bully Ray, Bubba Ray Dudley, he created some controversy in terms of what John Moxley, the case with John Moxley going to rehab for his alcohol addiction, blah, blah, blah. He said that he felt like, I believe, he said along the lines that John Moxley owed the fans an apology because he took all this time off, and that was along the lines of that, right? It was something like that. And that caused a lot of people to be pretty outspoken about it. You had people from Paige to, I know Paige was one. Roman said something.
Mick Foley.
Yeah. Everybody had their own take on it. And, when it comes to your health, you have to, your health matters. And I think it's understood when somebody makes a brave decision to take care of their health.
Yep.
You know, and I just think I think Bully Ray just kind of put his foot in his mouth on this one.
Yep.
You know,
it's that old school mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. My boss at work is an old school guy, and he says things. I just learned to overlook them, and that's the case here too. You just have to overlook it, because I think a lot of times, with an old school mentality, they mean well. They just have a different thought process, I should say.
Yeah, but I think that people need to start realizing that mental health is just as important as physical health.
Yes.
It's the same thing. And so if you're going to ask Jon Moxley to apologize to the fans, then you have to ask Bayley and Drew McIntyre and Eddie Kingston and Sasha Banks and everybody else to apologize for being out while they're physically injured, because he was mentally injured. It's this, health is health. It doesn't matter if it's mental or physical.
I'd rather them take the time off versus not taking the time off and something worse happens and you don't see them at all.
People need to realize too that there's more important things than wrestling. These people's lives are more important than wrestling.
AEW has so much depth is that, for Mox to step back and take care of his health, it wasn't a big deal. No. I'm sad it came to that, because alcohol addiction is real. I've been with an alcoholic. It's not pretty. And AEW wasn't, hurting in terms of losing Mox for a while. So, cheers to him for getting healthy, being open about it. The promo that he cut on his return last week was amazing. I can't believe they dropped the F-bomb on TBS. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, Shane says, I thought Bully Ray's statement was about Moxley cussing the fan out. No, it wasn't. Not about his addiction. No, because he specifically said that because he should have apologized for taking the time off. That's what he said. And but even if it was, he shouldn't apologize for that either, because the guy said something really disgusting to him first. So,
yeah. In some cases, it's warranted, and that was the case. That was warranted. The guy decided to be an idiot.
Yep.
It's like, dude, you asked for it.
Yep. Absolutely. So, it's just that old school mentality that you can't be away. You can't go and take care of yourself. But look what that has done for people, for the old legends. Most of them die. They don't even reach 70. They're dying in their 50s and 60s because of that reason, because they didn't go and take that time off, and their bodies just like, I can't do this no more.
Go.
Yeah.
You take care of your health, you'll be around longer maybe, and you want to be there. You want to be there for your fans, but when you have families at home, I think that's more important too.
Yep. Because one of these days they're not going to be in wrestling at all, and who's going to care about them? And that's their family, and that's who matters the most. Sheena says he was out of pocket and did it for attention. Yeah, I agree. Getting it from the reaction.
Oh yeah. I don't put that past him either.
And they're everyday people, exactly.
Did you see the comment Randy made? It's coming out of nowhere, literally. Okay. I was reading something about Randy commenting on his thing with Riddle,
Yeah.
And he was talking about hold on, I'm gonna find it right quick. Give me just 1 second. Whoops. Give me a second. Let's see.
Real quick, guys, and then we'll send y'all on your way. I know it's been over an hour, so you're like, are these girls ever gonna like quit?
I know. It was something. Oh God. Let me see.
Randy's funny.
He really. Oh God, I love Randy. He's so funny. He's so silly.
Yep.
Let's see. Gosh, of course I don't.
I remember him saying something about it, and I thought it was
Yeah,
pretty
he
funny
was
when
talking
I saw
about that Riddle knew how to grow his favorite strain, if you know what I mean.
it. Oh man.
It was something like that, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. I could just imagine the conversation. Can you imagine the 1 a.m. conversations? Like, now that they're traveling again, if Randy still has his tour bus and Riddle travels with him. Yeah, dude.
Speaking of which, before we send everybody home, one more thing. Do you think it's time to break up RK Bro, or do you want them to stay together forever? For life.
I just love them two together.
I think at some point it's gonna get old, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to like one of them turns heel on the other. Just them doing separate things for a little while and then coming back, kind of like what they do with the New Day.
Yeah.
I don't ever want them to officially break up either.
Yeah. But I just know Randy's history is coming. It's inevitable.
One more comment. Sheena's laughing at our at our Randy and MJF banter. Shane says, going back to MJF, he reminds me so much of Eddie Gilbert. The heat Eddie got in Memphis was tremendous. MJF is following in his footsteps. MJF should fireball CM Punk in Chicago.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm loving the old callbacks. This is why I love Shane coming on our show. He'll throw out that callback. Woo! Yes, you're right.
Yes. All right, girl. I think that's about it. We will be back next week. We're not sure which day yet, but we will go live next week to talk about the aftermaths of the Royal Rumble. So be sure. She's over there in her feels in the struggle bus. She's in her feels. This is Peaches and Powerbombs. My name is Tina Miller, and that is Sarah Hirsch, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.